because it was North Belfast Derby and neither of the teams had won the Irish Cup in such a long time, and there was a big crowd that day, and we scored early in the second half. Mark Dixon scored a great goal, and then for the rest of the half it was sort of back to the walls, and Cliftonville put us under a lot of pressure, but we managed to win that day, and it was great because it was my first senior trophy, and it was the first senior trophy for the club in a long time, and it was probably that sort of foothold, and for us to be able to push on to where we are now. It's been easy enough. No, it's been obviously very, very tough. We've played all the big teams. We've played Glentoran, Linfield away, Ballymena, Coleraine, so it's been tough, and probably on the other side some of the other teams have maybe got easier draws, but that's the way cup football is. And when we got to the final in 2009, we probably had an easier run, but the final will probably be the toughest of all the games we've played so far. When you look at what Ballinamallard have done, with it being an Irish Cup final, I don't think there's any issues around complacency. There's a big hunger, to go and win something this year and win the Irish Cup, and so I don't really think it matters in a way who we're playing. It's all about what we do on the day, and I think with the attitude and with the players we've got here, we'll be fine. But obviously, that win at Windsor was huge. The way we won it as well, we allowed them back in extra time, to make it one each. But Billy Joe Burns has popped up with a goal, just before penalty. So probably that game, once we won that, and beating Linfield the way they've been this year is obviously a big result, and we were able to go on. And it was probably that game at Windsor was the big one. Yeah, it's important for everybody, connected with the club, and it's been a tough season, in many ways. Obviously the league, as I said, hasn't went as well as we would have liked, and there's obviously the added bonus with the Irish Cup of European football, which is huge for the club, financially going forward, and European money over the years has probably put us in the position we're in, and the changes that went on around the club have been huge. So played in 2009, but and then had those other two finals, but they were the most recent one of those was 7 years ago. In 7 years' time I'll be 40 and an old man, and so you never know when your last Irish Cup final is going to come around. So you've got to make sure that when it comes around you're ready to play, and Irish Cup finals are great, but they're even better when you win.